I'm walking around here with pain that I didn't have to deal with before.
We have little kids. I have a 4-year-old son. He is irritable, he's angry, his nightmares is not the same.
A heated meeting last night between community members in the Clifton neighborhood and Givaudan officials. It's been a week now since that plant's explosion that killed 2 employees and injured 10 others. More than 200 properties in the area were damaged. Thanks so much for joining us here at noon. I'm Brooke Hash. During last night's meeting, Givaudan said it is looking to relocate its Louisville plant. Still, many had questions with moving forward, especially those whose homes and businesses were damaged. Our Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Emma Gefter were at that meeting.
And while we don't know exactly what the future holds for our current site, please know that we are looking at and prioritizing other locations to continue our operations going forward.
A packed room erupting in applause as Clifton residents hear the news many had been waiting and hoping for. Givaudan's plans to look at relocating the Clifton plant.
We hear you. We are listening to you.
The first time the neighbors impacted by the massive explosion at the Givaudan plant met with the company's president, Ann Leonard, face to face.
No one wants to buy a house next to the exploding factory.
Metro Councilperson Andrew Owen mediated the discussion.
This is my community.
In a room full of watchful eyes, asking the company to set up time to meet with residents one-on-one.
Somebody that somebody can come in and talk to and answer questions.
Absolutely.
Givaudan agreeing to have an office hour type event here at United Crescent Hill Ministries and what Councilperson Owen is calling progress.
Where you can come and meet with a representative of the company and talk to them specifically about your issues.
One of the questions left unanswered, when those one-on-ones will take place. Alex Dieterer, WHAS11 on your side.
The victim who died beneath the rubble of that explosion would have celebrated his 50th birthday this week. Kevin Dawson was the employee originally unaccounted for after that blast and found hours later by firefighters. Yesterday, his family stood alongside their attorneys, demanding accountability.
He's an Army man. He believes in no man left behind. Why would you leave him? Why would you leave him behind? They just left him.
My whole life, my father worked 12-hour shifts every day.
Dawson's family says the day of that explosion, they spent hours looking for him, going to area hospitals, and eventually came back to the scene where his body was found in that rubble around midnight. The family now wants answers about the maintenance and inspection history of that equipment they were using. They've hired prominent attorneys Ben Crump and Louisville Lenita Baker. Dawson was an employee at Givaudan for about a year. This is not the first plant explosion in Clifton. Specifically at that site, a similar incident happened nearly 20 years ago at the same location. You can read more about that on WHAS11.com. A big news day for us here at 12:02 on this Tuesday. Sam, still pretty low-key in the weather department.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, pretty gloomy outside. Temperature's really not too bad for this time of the year. Upper 60s and lower 70s as we've gotten into the early afternoon. We do have a good little spread of middle 60s going on in Jefferson County. 66 towards the airport, downtown Louisville at 64, and towards the east end and Linden, we're also sitting at 64 degrees. Today, likely the warmest day of the week because we're expecting to see much cooler days ahead of us as we're going to be watching a band of rain and a couple of brief snowflakes into the day on Thursday. Here's how things are looking though momentarily. We're actually going to be watching a decrease in clouds as we get into later on this afternoon, trailing into the evening. Most temperatures tonight will be spread in the mid to upper 40s. As I do want to bring it though into our attention grabber for the rest of this week, it'll mainly be on the form of rainfall, and we're also going to be talking about a brief snow flurry into the day on Thursday. Thursday for now looking to be the wettest day on our rainfall tracker. Tomorrow mainly midday and late morning we may see a brief shower roll through, but we're mainly going to be drying out for the rest of the day today, heading into the night tonight. As you can see, there's a healthy dose of rain to the south and east of us. Of course, we're already kind of tapping into some drier air that's in some climates just to our west. So here's actually a quick look at what we're looking at. Rounds of moisture, some light snowflakes, and light showers could be possible later this week. I'll let you know much more on that complete forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, Sam. And right now, a Louisville football player sidelined facing domestic violence charges. Defensive back Tayon Holloway is charged with felony strangulation and assault. According to an arrest citation, University of Louisville police responded to an apartment at the Province after someone called 911 and then hung up. The citation said Holloway then began punching a woman in the face after she tried to stop him from smoking marijuana and attempted to suffocate her with a pillow. Holloway, a sophomore, has appeared in every game this season. In a statement, the university said he's been suspended indefinitely from all team activities. Holloway's first court appearance is set for next Tuesday. Today, we will learn more about the 4 people arrested in connection to the Harvest Homecoming shooting. New Albany police will join the county prosecutor at 1:30 for that news conference. The 4 were arrested after 6 raids were conducted across Louisville, Jeffersonville, and New Albany. 18-year-old Bryce Gerlach was killed and 2 others injured in that shooting in October. You can watch today's announcement live on the WHAS11 app. The former Louisville police detective convicted of violating Breonna Taylor's civil rights, seeking a new trial. Brett Hankeson's attorney accused the Department of Justice of engaging in prosecutorial misconduct during his federal trial last month. They also claimed DOJ misled jurors about the facts during closing arguments. Hankeson was accused of violating the civil rights of Taylor and her neighbors after he fired 10 shots into her apartment that night of the raid. The jury found him not guilty of violating her neighbors' rights. He is set to be sentenced in March for his conviction relating to Taylor.